Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. In today's video, we will be predicting the Club World Cup once again. I'll be making a reaction video to my group stage predictions, reacting to them and everything. But we have like the new knockout stages right here, and I have everything written in front of me right here, all the teams. So, let's start with Palmeiras Botafogo. Palmeiras, obviously, they were in Group A. They beat Porto. No, they drew to Porto, beat El Ahly, and lost to Inter Miami, I believe. Botafogo obviously beat Paris Saint-Germain, beat Seattle Sounders, and only lost 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. And the team I have to pick, again, I don't know that much about these teams and everything, so I'm not gonna overanalyze it or overact intelligent over it. It just has to be Botafogo, in my opinion. They were really impressive against Paris Saint-Germain. And I think despite sitting below Palmeiras in the Brazilian tier at the moment, I think they are the better side. They have impressed me more so far in this Club World Cup. And they've also had tougher opposition in Atletico Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. So they've been tested at a higher level as well. Should we go down or other side? Let's go other side. Paris Saint-Germain versus Inter Miami. I mean, this will be the third time I'm discussing this game. It's pretty straightforward. We don't have to overanalyze it. It should be Paris Saint-Germain. Two teams so far in the quarterfinal. Next up, we have Benfica versus Chelsea. This is a very tightish game. Chelsea, they were impressive in their last game. I mean, they won 3-0, but the African quality, honestly, it's been a bit disappointing as a fellow African. So, and we saw them versus Flamengo. But Benfica, on the other hand, we saw them versus Boca Juniors, we saw them versus Auckland, and we saw them versus Bayern München. Yes, it was the last game. Bayern were rotating a bit, missed a couple of chances. I don't know, the easy answer is maybe Chelsea. But Benfica could do it. They could get revenge on Chelsea winning the Europa League versus them. Benfica, Chelsea. Let's go Chelsea, man. They have to make this. They have to make this. They have to make it. Next up on the other side, we have Flamengo versus Bayern München. Yay. Flamengo versus Bayern München. This is, again, extreme. Like Flamengo, they've probably been the best team alongside Botafogo outside of Europe's top 5 leagues so far in this Club World Cup. But Bayern München are really strong, and I just cannot see Bayern München going out there early. I'm going to go with Bayern München going through. And these are we have four teams in the quarterfinals so far. Botafogo versus Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern München. Very cheeky. Next up, we have Inter Milan versus Fluminense. I guess here has to be my upset. I think Inter, again, I haven't watched these games, but they were impressive in their last group stage game. Was it Monterrey or something? But they won 4-0. No, 2-0 against River Plate, obviously. Sending a River Plate out. That's impressive. Fluminense could have done better in their last game. I think against Mamelodi Sundowns. But you know what? Let's go with an upset. Let's go with an upset. I've always said this entire tour. I don't think Inter... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. Let's be a bit interesting here. Inter Milan... No, Fluminense, sorry. To go through to the quarterfinal. Next up, we have Borussia Dortmund versus Monterrey. And once again, here is where you can go. You know what? I'm going to do it. Another upset. Monterrey to go through. Shout out to the CONCACAF. That would be absolutely huge. Huge for Sergio Ramos as well, who joined them. I mean, a lot of it had to do with the tournament. Yeah, you know what? Monterrey to beat Dortmund. Dortmund haven't looked that strong so far. Monterrey, that 4-0 versus Urawa Red is telling me something. I'm going to go with Monterrey. Next up, we have Manchester City versus El Hilal. City versus El Hilal. City. I mean, beating Juventus 5-2 was extremely impressive. And El Hilal, they performed really well versus Madrid in that first game. But the other two games after that just haven't been that great. I know they won their last game over Pachuca, I think 1-0, just not enough. I'm obviously going to pick Manchester City to go through. When lost round 16 game, Real Madrid versus Juventus. Juventus, they have surprised us. They have looked good. I don't know exactly how bad they were in that City game. Obviously conceding 5 goals. Real Madrid, they look good in their last game, 3-0 versus Salzburg. Well, I'm enjoying the competitiveness, the tightness in these games. Some of them are extremely hard to predict, but I guess you can't go against Madrid in this situation. Juventus have been good. Madrid have been at similar stages. Mbappe should be back as well. Alright. And as you can see, we're on to the quarterfinals. We have Botafogo versus Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern München, Fluminense versus Manchester City, and Monterrey versus Real Madrid. Botafogo versus Chelsea. You know what, Botafogo. I'm gonna go with Botafogo. They've been very good so far this tournament, and I think they can beat Chelsea. We saw Flamengo beat Chelsea, and not just beat them, but actually look like the superior side across the entire 90 minutes. I'm gonna go with Botafogo reaching the Club World Cup semi-final, which would be absolutely huge. Next up is Fluminense versus City. Thiago Silva, Fluminense. They're gonna be very strong, but City are gonna do it. City advance into the semi-final of the Club World Cup. Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern München. Revenge. Again, I discussed this game a bit more tightly before. Gotta be Paris Saint-Germain. I think Bayern will be extremely strong. I'm really excited to watch this game, like for footballing reasons. But Paris Saint-Germain are obviously gonna be the victorious team right here. Monterrey versus Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos coming up against Real Madrid. Very interesting. Real Madrid to go through. And here we have the semi-finals. Botafogo versus Paris Saint-Germain. No, Botafogo versus Manchester City, and Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid. Both Paris Saint-Germain and Botafogo from the same group stage make it all the way here. 3 European teams, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, and Manchester City. And I mean, this is what like usually Champions League semi-final looks like. And Botafogo making a very cheeky run into the semi-final. Botafogo versus City. I think this is where Botafogo's dream run ends. A bit similarly to Ajax by Spurs in the 18-19 season. And Monaco in 16-17. So I think Botafogo lose to Manchester City, and City reaches the Club World Cup final. Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid. Once again, I talked about this in the previous video. Make sure to check that out. Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, you just can't go against Paris Saint-Germain. Even me as a Paris Saint-Germain supporter, I mean, it's very difficult. The best team in the world. And Paris Saint-Germain versus Manchester City. I mean, look at the run Paris Saint-Germain have had. Into Miami, Bayern München, Real Madrid, and Manchester City in the final. And the best and biggest so-called oil club is Paris Saint-Germain. It's Paris Saint-Germain that wins the Club World Cup. And this was the updated Club World Cup predictions. Hopefully, guys, have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what team will win the Club World Cup. And hopefully everyone is enjoying the Club World Cup, because the Club World Cup so far, I haven't watched most games, but I've been updated to most games. I want to see all the score lines, everything that's happening in the games. And this is a tournament that started off, you know, here, and it's just going up and up, and now we're gonna get the actual best games. You know, tomorrow, I think the Chelsea Benfica game and Palmeiras Botafogo games, both are going to be played, and I think one maybe at midnight as well. Really excited. And then we got Paris Saint-Germain on Sunday. Well, hopefully guys have enjoyed this video. That's been it from my boy PSG, and as usual, allez Paris.